Good day, and welcome to the ZTO Express fourth quarter and full year 2024 financial results conference call. All participants will be in listen-only mode. Should you need assistance, please signal a conference specialist by pressing the star key followed by 0. After today's presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. To ask a question, you may press star then 1 on your telephone keypad. To withdraw your question, please press star then 2. We do ask that you please limit yourself to 2 questions. Please also note today's event is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Sophie Lee, Head of Capital Markets. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Rocco. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. The company's results and investor relations presentation were released earlier today and available on the company's IR website at ir.zto.com. On the call today from ZTO are Mr. Meisong Lai, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Mrs. Huiping Yan, Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Lai will give a brief overview of the company's business operations and highlights, followed by Mrs. Yan, who will go through the financials and guidance. They will both be available to answer your questions during the Q&A session that follows. I remind you that this call may contain forward-looking statements made under the Safe Harbor provisions of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Such statements are based on management's current expectations and current market and operating conditions and relate to events that involve known or unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors, all of which are difficult to predict and many of which are beyond the company's control, which may cause the company's actual results, performance, or achievements to differ materially from those in the forward-looking statements. Further information regarding this and other risks, uncertainties, and factors is included in the company's filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company does not undertake any obligation to update any forward-looking statement as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise, except as required under law. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Meisong Lai. Mr. Lai will read through his prepared remarks in their entirety in Chinese before I translate for him in English.
大家好，感谢各位参加今天的电话会议。2024年4季度，中通继续保持了服务质量领先地位，总体业务量达成96.7亿件，同比增长11%，实现了27.3亿元的调整后净利润，同比增长23.4%，盈利能力持续领跑行业。2024年，快递行业实现了较高速的增长，整体规模超出预期。同时，随着电商平台促销活动的频繁，消费者愈加追求性价比，低客单价件电商的占比持续扩大，物流价格相应承压。面对挑战，中通坚持高质量发展的战略大方向，一方面加速构建差异化产品与服务的能力，通过与电商平台的合作深化，在提升品牌认知度和客户薪资的同时，优化了产品结构和盈利。另一方面，我们强化自身转运各环节的标准化运营和协同性，进一步提升全链路时效，降低丢失破损，降低客诉。与此同时，我们持续为网点赋能，提升能力建设，减轻揽派成本压力，提升末端服务品质。2024年，中通全年业务量达到340亿件，同比增长12.6%，其中4季度的散件业务量增速接近50%，远超电商件整体增速。散件中逆向单量部分同比去年实现了翻倍的增长，产品结构优化给快递核心业务单票收入带来了8分的利好，抵消了单件重量下降和增量激励带来的单价下滑， 结合持续优化的运营成本效益和稳定的管理费用优势，中通全年调整后净利润达到101.5亿元，同比增长12.7%。进入2025年，快递行业保持了较高速度的增长趋势，但消费降级的走势尚未逆转，价格竞争依然激烈。面对当前市场环境，我们的核心课题是贴近市场现状，提升服务质量，达成高于行业平均的业务量增速，以合理的成本和利润分配机制，与加盟合作伙伴一起协同夯实网络基建，提升散件渗透力，做大做强主营业务，强化末端优势，提升网点和业务员的盈利水平，提升网络信心和稳定性。具体工作包括：一、狠抓全链路服务质量，细化作业流程，施行数据对标、绩效考核挂钩、内部运营指标和外部平台指数，提升转运环节协同效益和资源最大化利用，优化一派比例，提升整体时效，充分体现品牌优势。二、高效达成业务量目标，充分授权省市管理区及时应对市场变化，调配政策资源，统一政策标准，推荐公平透明的同时，分层分阶深挖客户资源，匹配特定需求，精准施策，携手收派两端，理清增存量，充分捕捉以量增收的机遇。三、持续优化产品与服务，深化与平台客户的战略合作，整合中通物流生态资源，增强综合物流供应链能力，打磨差异化产品和服务能力，强化品牌认知和客户心智。四、深化末端网络建设工作，明确网格长知识并提升执行力，落实网点能力建设，到角到边、末端责任和本地生活商业部署等具体举措，降低派件成本，提升散件占比，切实增强网点及业务员的收益，多方触达消费者。五、推进全链路降本增效，平衡收转运派时效保障与运营成本投入产出，科技赋能数字化运营，基于业务量增长，优化路由、装载力及科学规划产能投入和效能释放。中国民营快递在过往30多年的发展中，经历了规模集中和盈利能力分化的演变。中通能做到后起超越和持续领先并非偶然，无论行业格局如何演变，中通的核心竞争力来自于我们与加盟合作伙伴同建共享的理念，来自执着专注坚持的企业家精神，来自我们多年应对变化和挑战时积极学习快速成长的经验。今天我们正处于宏观经济与行业发展的关键节点，我们相信中国快递行业和物流生态整体发展的空间是非常广阔的。只要坚持对快递行业的选择，执着专注做好自己，扩大规模领先的优势，量质并举，且与时俱进应对市场变化，持续赋能合作伙伴和快递小哥，从而共同为消费者和客户提供多样化的优质产品与服务。我们有信心，更有实力去达成我们的企业使命，也就是用我们的产品造就更多人的幸福。接下来我们请严总给大家介绍财务结果和预期规划，谢谢。
Thank you, Chairman Lai. Now let me translate first. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's conference call. In the fourth quarter of 2024, ZTO maintained its high service quality, and with a total parcel volume of 9.67 billion, up 11 year-over-year, we achieved an adjusted net income of 2.73 billion, which grew 23.4% year-over-year, further solidifying our industry-leading profitability. In 2024, the express delivery industry maintained relatively high growth, and the overall scale exceeded expectations. Meanwhile, with frequent e-commerce promotions and consumers' growing price sensitivity, the proportion of lower value parcels has continued to increase, exerting downward pressure on logistic pricing. Facing challenges, ZTO stayed committed to our high-quality growth strategy. On one hand, we accelerated the development of differentiated products and services and deepened cooperation with e-commerce platforms, optimizing product mix as well as profitability while enhancing brand recognition and customer satisfaction. On another, we strengthened standardization and coordination across operational segments of our transit platform, further improved end-to-end timeliness, reduced loss and damage and complaint rates. In addition, we ramped up effort to empower our network partners, enhancing their capabilities to alleviate pickup and delivery cost pressures and improve service quality. For 2024, ZTO's annual parcel volume reached 34 billion, growing 12.6% year-over-year. Notably, number of retail parcels in the fourth quarter grew nearly 50%, significantly outpacing overall e-commerce parcel growth. Reverse parcels for the full year more than doubled compared to last year. The optimization of our product mix brought by an 8-cent positive enhancement to ASP for the core express delivery business, alleviating the impact from lower average weight per parcel and price competition. Together with continued operational cost efficiency gain and a stable SG&A structure, ZTO achieved an adjusted annual net income of 10.15 billion, increasing by 12.7% year-over-year. Entering 2025, the express delivery industry has maintained strong growth momentum. However, the trend of consumption downgrade has yet to reverse, and the price competition remains intense. In such a market environment, our core focus is to align closely with market dynamics, enhance service quality, achieve a higher than industry average volume growth. Further, we must motivate and enable our network partners with fair cost-bearing and profit-sharing mechanisms to effectively strengthen pickup and delivery infrastructure and cost competitiveness so as to improve market penetration for retail parcels alongside of e-commerce volume growth, and ultimately improve earnings of outlets and couriers, enhancing partner network stability. Key initiatives include the following. First, sink our teeth into end-to-end service quality by refining operational procedures and implementing data benchmarking, aligning performance with internal metrics and external indicators to optimize transit efficiency and resource utilization. Improved first hours delivery ratio will boost overall timeliness and reinforce brand awareness. Second, effectively achieve mission-critical volume targets by granting full autonomy to regional management teams to stay lockstep with market changes with efficient resources, ensuring fair and transparent network policies for all and adopting tiered approaches to tap into new customers' potentials. Joint efforts by pickup and delivery partners to effectively target incremental market can capture volume-driven growth opportunities. Third, further products and services enhancement by strengthening strategic partnership with e-commerce platforms. leveraging ZTO's integrated ecosystem resources to build comprehensive supply chain capabilities, refining differentiated products to enhance brand recognition and cultivate customer loyalty. Fourth, improve last mile network expansion and penetration by clearly defining responsibilities of sectional coordinators to effectively execute initiatives such as profit sharing sufficiently to incentivize couriers to service retail parcels. Establish direct linkage between outlet and last mile post. Integrate commercial opportunities into local living. These initiatives will help to reduce last mile costs, increase retail volume, improve profitability for outlets and couriers, and expand consumer reach through multiple channels. Last but not least, improve end-to-end timeliness and operating efficiency by implementing technology and data-driven tools to optimize route planning, low rate, and in-time capacity investments or upgrades. Over the past 3 decades, China's express delivery industry, represented largely by private enterprises, has evolved through scale expansion and concentration as well as profitability divergence. ZTO's rise from the latest comer, follower, to a consistent leader is not a coincidence. Regardless of how the industry landscape has shifted, ZTO's core competitiveness stems from our shared success philosophy so that our partners can also win. Our entrepreneurial spirit of dedication, perseverance, and focus, as well as our proven ability to quickly adapt and grow through challenges and adversities. Today, we stand at a critical junction of microeconomic and industry development. We firmly believe that China's express delivery industry and its broader logistic market hold immense growth prospects. By staying committed to our focus on the industry and being our best, striving for operational excellence and expanding our scale leadership with healthy quality of earnings in sync with market dynamics, and stand behind our network partners. Together, we are confident and well-equipped to achieve our mission, which is to bring happiness to more people through our services. Next, let's welcome our CFO, Ms. Yan, to present the financial results and the future plans.
Thank you, Chairman Lai, and thank you, Sophie. And hello to everyone on the call. As I go through our financials, please note that unless specifically mentioned, all numbers quoted are in RMB, and percentage changes refer to year-over-year comparisons. Detailed financial information, performances, unit economics, and cash flow are posted on our website, and I'll go through some of the highlights here. We adhered to the principle of profitable growth and continued to improve the quality of services and customer satisfaction. We attained 11% parcel growth to reach 9.7 billion for the fourth quarter and 12.6% or 34 billion for the year. Adjusted net income grew 23.4% to 2.7 billion and 12.7% to 10.2 billion for the quarter and the year respectively. Total revenue increased 21.7% to 12.9 billion for Q4 and 15.3% to 44 billion for the year. ASP for the core express delivery business increased 10.3% or 13 cents for Q4 and 2.7% or 4 cents for the year. As the impact of decline in average weight per parcel and increase in incremental volume incentives were offset by the positive impact of the volume increase in retail parcels. The total cost of revenue was 9.2 billion and 30.6 billion for Q4 and the year respectively, which increased 22.3% for Q4 and 14.2% for the year. Overall unit costs for the core express delivery business increased 11.1% to 93 cents for Q4 and 1.9% to 87 cents for the year. Combined unit cost of sorting and transportation decreased 6.5% or 6 cents for Q4, and for the year it was 6% or 4 cents, benefiting largely from economies of scale. Specifically, unit cost of line haul transportation decreased 11.1% to 40 cents for Q4 and decreased 8.7% to 41 cents for the year, driven by more effective route planning in conjunction with improvements in fleet operations. Unit sorting cost was flat for Q4 and 2024 at 26 cents and 27 cents respectively. While improvements in automation and labor efficiency contributed to cost savings, additional costs were incurred for sorting activities conducted on behalf of franchise partners. Unit KA costs increased 15 cents for the Q4 and 7 cents for the year, in line with KA revenue increase driven by significant volume increases in retail and more specifically reverse parcels. Gross profit increased 20.2% to $3.8 billion for Q4 and increased 17.6% to $13.7 billion for 2024. Gross profit margin rate decreased 0.4 points to 29.1% and increased 0.6 points to 31% for the year, for the quarter and the year respectively. SG&A excluding SBC decreased 7.3% to $649 million for Q4 and increased 9.3% to $2.4 billion for the year. SG&A expenses excluding SBC as a percentage of revenue declined to 5% for Q4 and 5.4% for the year, reflecting strong corporate cost efficiency. Income from operations increased 25.3% to $3.5 billion for Q4 and increased 17.7% to $11.8 billion for the year. Associated margin grew 0.8 points to 26.7% and 0.6% points to 26.6% for the year. Operating cash flow was $2.8 billion for the quarter and $11.4 billion for the year, representing decreases of 28.5% and 14.5% respectively. This decline was primarily due to a one-time refund of franchise deposits totaling $1.2 billion under our new business policy to ease liquidity pressure of franchisees who, in the past, must make certain deposit with waybill purchases and then receive refund upon proper delivery of the package. 2. Higher advances for reverse logistic operations based on the terms customary with platform operators. 3. Tightening VAT rate refund policies. And 4. A bigger portion of cash management products accounted under long-term financial investments where associated interest income is recognized over a term longer than a year upon maturity. Our adjusted EBITDA for Q4 and 2024 was $4.6 billion and $16.4 billion respectively. Capital expenditure for Q4 totaled $1.2 billion, and annual capex came in at $5.9 billion, indicating that we have achieved another year of free cash flow. Now moving on to business outlook based on current market and operating conditions. We estimated that the industry growth would likely be around 15% for 2025. and we anticipate the company's parcel volume for the year to be in the range of 40.8 billion to 42.2 billion, representing a 20 to 24% increase year over year. Now, these estimates represent management's current and preliminary view, which are subject to change. Now, this concludes our prepared remarks. Operator, please open the line for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, you may press star then one on your telephone keypad. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the keys. If at any time your question has been addressed and you would like to withdraw your question, please press star then two. We do ask that you please limit yourself to 2 questions. Today's first question comes from Ronald Kung with Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
谢谢赖董、严董和 Sophie， 那也恭喜这个非常稳健的这个24年的表现。那可能2个提问吧，这个我们看到这个25年的目标，这个包裹增长的确要高于行业，而且刚才说这个20到24。那想知道我们一季度就1、2月到3月目前为止的这个有没有看到这个战略的调整以后我们这个市场份额的一些最近的一些发展，还有就我们今年这个战略的一个调整以后，对这个看到行业大家的一些其他的同行就整个价格目前情况是怎样？然后对于我们整个25年，我们应该怎么去判断现在有包裹要加速的增长，那对今年利润的一个影响？然后随后就想听25年这个 capex 是不是我们的 capex cycle 已经到顶了，所以我们就25年不会再有一个比较大的一些 capex 的计划。那我翻译一下。Thank you, management, for the opportunity to ask a question. So number one is want to ask about our priority on volume growth this year above industry. And so how has our market share progressed so far this year, the first quarter? And what has been the impact on pricing, just how other players are reacting? And what would be the impact to just our balance of profits this year with this strategic shift? And want to hear about our capex, whether we think the capex cycle has peaked and the capex plan for 2025. Thank you.
这个今年的目标，总统的目标，业务量增长20%到24%，这个是基于我们对行业的判断。这个因为中通一直致力于业务量、利润、服务质量的均衡发展。那我们结合去年的情况呢，我们今年呢还是会重点在这个服务质量和市场份额方面这个做到优先，要扩大这个就是份额的占比保持持续提升服务质量，保持合理的利润水平。这个是份额方面你问的这个1、2月份的这个增长的情况，行业1、2月份这个需求强劲，我们预计今年快递市场能保持15%左右的增长，主要驱动的因素包括电商促销常态化、次期轻小线快速增加，第二，直播电商、逆向物流等新业务持续带来增量。三，近期政府出台各项利好政策，如消费补贴、以旧换新等，提升了居民消费意愿，促进消费回暖。快递的高性价比支撑了包裹量的持续增长，未来跨境物流、进村进厂物流将为行业带来更多需求。我们预计快递行业增量依然可观这个情况非常
So first, let me translate for the chairman for the first two parts of your question, and then I'll answer the third part. For this year, we anticipated the growth of the industry to be around 15%, and we set our goal to be growing at 20 to 24%, which certainly indicate that we have a plan to grow above industry average, in turn protecting and also enlarging our market share. It is, of course, without saying that we continue to focus on our strategy, overall strategy, which is to improve quality of services, maintain and expand our market leadership, as well as achieve reasonable profit. And this year, our focus will be gravitated towards the quality of services and also the market share and volume increases, and it's very clear, indicated through our numbers. Then the second part of the question relating to the first 2 months into the year, where we have observed the growth momentum is still very much demonstrated, because there are observed a lot of normalized e-commerce promotions. There are a lot of rapid increases in the smaller, lighter weight packages, and in the new business models such as live streaming and e-commerce, and also reverse logistics continues to drive additional volume. And then also, not the least, the government has rolled out a lot of favorable policies to stimulate consumption, including trade-ins and subsidies, which also boosted consumer willingness to spend. It will support a recovery in consumption. The cost effectiveness of express delivery industry has in the past and will continue in the future to sustain steady increase in the parcel volume, because consumption is still with potential for growth. Now, looking ahead, some of the cross-border logistics and rural industry logistics will also fuel our industry demand, as we talked about ZTO preparing and improving our capability in the supply chain logistics services. So we think that the overall potential for the growth is very much intact, and for us to gradually roll out our new focus or new gravitation in the market share, as well as our alongside our quality of customer services, and it will help us achieve the goal that we set for us. Now, this year we have achieved, in 2024, our capex came in at 5.9 billion. As we have pretty much established the entire network with close to 95 or about 95 super sorting centers, most of the capex spending for this year, 2025, will be on the remaining few tracts of land that we would want to secure to replace current rental spaces. And then plus also there are some upgrades of the existing facilities that will be in the plan. So we estimate our total 2025 capex will come in somewhere around 5 to 5.5 billion. And again, with strong cash flow from operations, we intend to repeat another free cash flow year. I hope that answers your question, Ronald.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And our next question comes from Quinlei Fan with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. 赖总、袁董、Sophie， 谢谢接受我的提问，也恭喜非常稳健的业绩增长。我有2个小问题。 第一个小问题是关于科技的，就是今年其实我们看到AI 和科技全球范围内都在加速发展。那其实跟这个相关的也促进了一些跟物流相关的应用的发展，比如说无人驾驶另一些领域，比如说这个人形机器人。考虑到就是其实前一个阶段或者说过去10年我们讨论的这个成本优化，主要来自于这个自动化，自有车辆的增加和更大的这个自有车，然后这个成本的曲线已经接近或者说逐渐趋于平缓。未来在这个新的科技的发展的这个背景之下，想请教一下管理层有没有关于这个成本效率提升的新的思考，或者说这个科技有没有可能在收入端带来新的空间？这是第一个小问题。那第二个小问题就是与此相关的资本开支，刚刚严总也提到这个资本开支在2025年会相对于24年有一个小幅的下降。因为这个大的这个sorting hub 已经都建设已经基本完善了。那如果我们假设科技的发展会是非常迅速的，那相应的这个对科技运用的成本的下降，科技本身的这个成本的下降是非常迅速的。如果基于这样的假设，这有没有可能改变我们在这个中期范围上面对这个资本开支的考虑？那我翻译一下。Thank you, management, for taking my question, and congratulations on the very solid earnings growth. I have 2 questions. The first question is about technology. So in this year, since last year, we have started to see some speed up in AI and other technologies globally, and that has driven some technology potentially could be applied into the logistics sector, for example, autonomous driving, drones, humanoid. And recall that maybe we have during the past decade have been achieving cost efficiency improvements through automation and self-owned trucks, and the economy of scale has been marginally decreased. So with the new development in technology and AI, is there any new potentials in terms of cost saving or in terms of revenue expansion in the next decade? And the same question is also related to that. So Ms. Yan has mentioned CapEx has been largely done regarding the sorting center system in China. But over the medium term, if we assume that the technology continue to evolve very fast, the cost of applying technology drops rapidly. Will that impact our expectation on CapEx over the medium term? Thank you.
谢谢你的提问啊。今天这个 AI 人工智能在快递业呢，其实应用的场景非常的多。比如在这个知识视觉方面，我们将视觉识别与分解设备联动起来，通过系统自动驱动业务流程调整，减少触分，提升操作效率，在分担领域实现了4代码的自动生成。这些应用呢，其实既提升了速度，又降低了成本。今天这个自动设备这个品类也很多，比如说翻版机啊，这个载带机啊，这个交叉带分解机，它应用在不同体量的这个末端网点。我近期呢走访网点非常的多。其实今天呢，因为智能设备的提升，快递可以做到这个标准化，就是又快又好而且成本下降还是非常的快的。第二个呢，就是这个 无人车啊、无人机啊、自动驾驶啊，这个也进入了商业化的测试阶段。我们中通呢秉承开放的态度，与市场上的前沿公司合作，这个整合资源，共同推进技术落地。今年呢，我估计这个无人车快递从站点到末端将会是一个非常应用好的场景。我举个例子这个一台无人车大概每个月的费用2000多到3000块钱，它每天可以这个操作的件量大概在1500到2000票。那我们传统的用电车或者是用燃油车呢，大概是1毛5分钱一票，用无人车呢只要7到8分钱。如果我们搞集采跟厂家深度合作，成本还会更低，有可能会到6到7分，乃至会到5分钱。所以我们今年呢会大力在末端，在能力建设方面，从源头配备相应的智能设备这个智能设备配了以后呢，就是时效会大幅度的提升。第二呢，我们会在这个网点到驿站呢使用大量的无人车这个随着这个推进的速度，包括政府在这一方面其实路权开放也越来越多的城市开放，相信呢会给这个科技会给快递这个降本增效跟质量方面带来一定的应用场景和效率的提升。谢谢。
Sure. Yeah, I'll again answer, translate for the first part, and then more specifically address your second part of the question as it relates to the cost. There has been a wide application of AI technology in the industry, and of course, ZTO is without exception. For example, machine vision. We integrated with visual recognition technology and also the algorithm in sorting, sorting equipment in the process, enabling the system to automatically adjust operating procedures and also reduce sorting errors and improve efficiency. In the order processing field, AI also enabled automatic generation of 4-segment tracking codes. The 4-segment tracking codes will allow the smallest unit of destination determination so that the package could go directly to the courier. In terms of customer service, for example, we also have AI-powered tools to enable quicker response speed as well as reduce dependency on human intervention. So there are plenty of opportunities that are currently already in place for us to utilize this technology. And certainly as it continues to develop, we will stay at the forefront to cooperate and work with the leading research companies in applying their technology in our operational environment. Chairman Lai referred to some of the application as well, not only to our operating platform, but also to our network partners on the last mile front and the end. For example, he indicated that he has recently visited many of our franchise outlets, and he has observed the improved level of automation, which allowed not only standardization of the operation of express delivery, but also improved efficiency, reduced cost. Some of the specific examples that we are able to work with our network partners in empowering them in adopting advanced technology includes autonomous driving vehicles. Chairman indicated that this application already went into the commercialization. We maintained an open attitude towards new technology and work in collaboration with these research firms and roll out solutions specifically for our initiatives, which is the direct link. So for one autonomous vehicles, it has great advantage over manned vehicle. Examples here is on average, on a monthly average, one manned vehicle would cost about 2,000 to 3,000 RMB. And the daily operating capacity is about 1,500 to 2,000 packages. The traditional manned vehicles are typically a fossil fuel powered vehicle, and it costs about 15 cents per package. But using the autonomous vehicle that we are currently in design and ready to roll out in 2025 would estimate cost only 7 to 8 cents per package. We are looking to purchase in bulk with these factories and the research firm, which will further reduce the cost on a per unit basis to somewhere around 5 to 6 cents or even lower to 5 cents. So one of our focus is not necessarily spending our own money, but using our brand, using our influence to work with the research firm as well as the manufacturer in empowering our network partners to secure OEM equipment and offer better competitive price for our network partners. And secondly, the example that Chairman referred to is when our network partners, the outlet, use more and more of the autonomous vehicles, where the government continuously roll out or remove limitation on the use of autonomous vehicles on the road, we believe there will be greater opportunity for us to help reduce per unit cost and improve efficiency. Now, to the third part of the question, as I alluded to earlier, we are of the philosophy that at the right time, spending the right amount of money, technology is continuously evolving, and we are watching closely in how it could best integrate into our operations, as well as helping our network partners in improving their efficiencies. So at the forefront, we will utilize our brand influence as well as our technological sensitivity as well as awareness. As you know, that we have over 1,100 IT personnel, including some of the algorithm engineers. They will help us in participating and benefiting from this technological development trend. Cost-wise is very much paced with our volume increase as well as our efficiency gain plan. To just bring about additional color as we truly achieve the tri-layer throughput, as our volume continues to increase, then the cost will be deployed, as we mentioned earlier, scientifically. Making investment is important for us. We are, from a very practical term, approaching this option for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next question comes from Aaron Wu with UBS. Please go ahead.
谢谢赖总、严总、索菲总哈，接受我的提问，也恭喜咱们去年不错的业绩。我这边有2个小问题，一个还是关于咱们的这个散件和退后件的，因为去年我们这块业务增长的很强嘛，那就想问一下，今年我们有没有什么相应的增长目标？还有一个就是，因为这个我们也注意到这块其实竞争也越来越激烈了，就是如果从这个优异的角度来讲啊，就过去几个季度大概是一个什么样的趋势？那未来的趋势又会是什么样的？就是想听听你们的判断了。然后第2个还是关于我们的成本。就在成本端，现在我们看到，其实我们的这个核心成本就是中转站运输已经是这个7毛钱以下了，就想听听你们对今年这个成本节降的这个空间的一个看法，还有长期来看它可能这个最终到一个什么样的水平？还有一个就是这个社保，这个大家最近问的也比较多，这块会不会这个给我们的成本端造成一定的压力啊？那我先翻译一下哈。Thank you, Mr. Lai, Ms. Yan, and Sophie, for taking my question. I got 2 questions. First one is regarding our retail, including the return parcel. We have seen strong growth momentum last year, and do you see that momentum would continue for this year? And do we have any growth target on that? Also, we have noted the competition even on this front is getting more intense. What kind of the UE level we have seen during the past couple of quarters and the trend we expect going forward? Another question is also regarding our cost. We have seen our core cost per parcel, including transport and sorting costs, have been below like 0.7 RMB. And what would be the potential cost cutting potential from here, and the level we would eventually see going forward? And do we expect do we see like the cost burden from social insurance would be that big for us? Thank you.
谢谢你的提问啊，这个散件呢是我们中通工作的一项重要的一项指标，它是这个高质量快递的一个具体的体现，也是中通跟那个优秀品牌缩小差距的一个具体的一个展现。我们希望呢，中通其实在全链路这个收转运派转运环节的能力还是非常强的，但是我们上门服务的能力呢，相对来讲跟优秀品牌还有一定的差距。我们从去年开始就是把这个业务员的收入增加以及这个散件比例的增长呢，作为一项重要的工作，效果还是比较明显的。去年呢4季度呢，我们的散件规模已经超过了700万件，自有的散件300万件，逆向件400万件。那我们今年的目标呢是散件要做到840万件，其实这个目标定呢还是比较高的，差不多要增长50%左右。这个那具体的落实的这个措施呢有持续推进到脚到边。我们通过线上报价工具将成本落实到我们的门店和业务员，让利小件人及消费者，提升业务员揽收散件这个积极性。第二呢，这个紧抓服务质量，我们在全网进行平台服务要求宣贯及考核，升级优化揽收系统工具，确保上门揽收质量持续保持行业领先。第三呢，加强平台逆向件的合作，我们通过服务能力升级，强化沟通，扩大平台逆向件的收益及合作区域。第四个呢，扩大散件基建场景，我们通过线上线下营销活动推广优惠季小程序 地推拓展商场、客户等方式，增强消费者对中通品牌的触达。那坊间呢，我们还对小哥呢有一些激励，就是这个上门呢也有一些规定，就是比如说2小时上门、1小时上门，乃至我们以驿站为单位我们未来有可能够做到半小时乃至更短的事情。那你刚才提到的成本的问题呢，这个我们认为从转运环节来讲，我们除了这个分解的各个环节的这个把控，以及装载力包括这个3万叠加始发站点跟目的地站点的链接，始发中心跟目的地站点的链接尽可能的减少这个分拨次数这个加强对这个装载力的这个提升成本下降呢，还是我们今年的目标是转运环节下降3分钱。那其实呢，揽派环节的下降的空间呢更大。这个我们今年呢会在这一方面呢加强网点的能力建设、到脚到边的推广，以及责任末单工作的这个推进。我们今年呢网点责任末单的目标要做到42.6%，就是差不多40%的件会连到末单，那一票件呢可以节省2毛多钱。我们相信呢这个通过进一步优化这个成本下降的空间呢还是非常可观的。关于社保呢，这个中通始终坚持以人为本，不但优化快递员的权益保障，我们自有的这个员工及外包员工的社保缴纳率为100%，业务员呢这个快递小哥的商保缴纳率100%，并在行业内首推小哥保这个团益险，由总部出资为全网小哥投保全场景意外保险。我们欢迎出台快递小哥社保管理方案，进一步加强小哥权益保护。目前我们末单小哥稳定性高，社保覆盖面在行业里保持领先。如政策全面推动，我们将享有更低的整改成本，成本优势将进一步释放。其实我们一直也是跟我们的合作伙伴一起动员他们这个要让小哥更有获得感，就是除了这个到脚到边的推广，包括社保方面的这个保障。谢谢。
Thank you for your question, and let me translate and supplement where need be. So first of all, regarding the retail volume, in Q4, our average retail parcel volume exceeded 7 million parcels, with 3 million from our own ordering channel, and then about 4 million from the reverse parcel, which doubled from last year. For 2025, our goal is to achieve 8.4 million on daily volume on average. This compared to 2024 at 5.46 million, which more than will likely to be doubled in that. It's a pretty high goal, and so we have planned our passageway to achieve such goal in the following 4 areas. One is to continue to implement our initiatives so that our couriers can achieve the lion's share of the retail market price. The tools that we will use is embedded in their handheld devices, which will help incentivize the couriers to serve retail packages. Number two, we will continue to work with the platform in implementing the measurement metrics and make that part of the measurement internally so that the specific targets, specific goals will be achieved. The system improvements will also be in sync with such initiatives. The continued collaboration or deepening arrangements with our platform will also help expand the service area of the retail or specifically reverse parcels. The product differentiation as number 4 will help improve our ability to serve different customer needs. If it's speed, if it's quality, if it's combination, we will be able to expand and meet different demands. And the question that you have, the question you have also mentioned about the cost further reduction. We believe in terms of our transit, what we have done in continuous breakdown of the whole process and reduce damage, reduce loss, and also together with what we mentioned, the tri-layer throughput model, will help us reduce sortation frequency as well as connecting destination and origination outlets or centers will help us reduce the cost on a per unit basis. Our goal for 2025 is to achieve at least 3 cents reduction for sortation and transportation combined unit cost. With the success in implementation of our initiatives to establish direct link between outlets and post, our goal is to have around 42.6 or almost 40% and above of the packages go directly to the outlet, which will translate into about 20 cents per package savings. We think there are, again, more opportunities for us to reduce costs as our volume continue to improve and increase. Now, the third question regarding to the social welfare expenses, we've always focused on people, and continuously we protect and improve the interest and the rights of our couriers. We have our self-employed employees as well as the outsourcing employees 100% coverage on their social welfare payment. The couriers also were encouraged to, we also encourage our outlet owners to cover the couriers, and we have achieved, helped them achieve 100% commercial insurance coverage. To be noted is that in the industry, we are the first to roll out a corporate-sponsored, all-weather, 24/7 accidental group insurance for our couriers. Currently, the stability or the turnover rate performance of our courier is in the industry is relatively better than the rest. We not only have the lower cost, but also have the willingness and also have the willingness to work with the brand to provide better a sense of belonging and also a sense of achievement. With the radius surrounding the post, we believe we are able to help our couriers not only receive better income, but also have better work environment and safer work environment. And I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Ms. Lai and Ms. Yan. That's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you. And this concludes our question and answer session. I'd like to turn the conference back over to the company for closing remarks.
Again, thank you everybody for joining today's call, and thank you for your continued support. We are available for further questions or discussions, and we look forward to talk to you soon.
Thank you. This concludes today's conference call. We thank you all for attending today's presentation. You may now disconnect your lines and have a wonderful day.